Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh, Jax wants to be in the video. Alright, that's fine, whatever. It ain't about you, though, Mr. Superstar. You just want the cuddles, huh? I love you too, buddy. I love you too. I've been kind of sick, and this little guy right here has been keeping me company while I have not been well. And, Jax. And what else has been happening? Oh yes, inspiration. That's what I wanted to talk about, was inspiration. Okay. So like most of my life I felt like I couldn't inspire anybody because, oh, look at me. Nothing inspirational here. Whatever type of deal. And God definitely proved me wrong. Let me tell y'all something. Okay. So a lot of people may not appreciate this, but whatever. I'm not telling this story. I just want to point out that I'm not telling this story because I want the fame, not because I walked into it, not because I asked for it. Nothing like that. I want to tell because I feel like that's how God works. Okay, this is how God works. So most of my life, I felt like I could not inspire people at all. Like, look at me. There's nothing that I can do that will inspire people. Yes, I've had people in the past say, oh, you inspire me, and oh, you work so hard. You're one of the hardest workers in the world. And, a lot of Americans just sit on their butts and be lazy. And here you are with a disability, and you just go after whatever you want. Okay, that's cool and all, right? And I'm never gonna forget that. I'm never gonna forget those words. How I inspired other people. So here's how God works, and I forgot about that until a week ago. I was staying at night at a friend's house, and I wake up the next morning with my phone blowing up with messages like, can this be you? Is this you? Is this you? And I'm like, I don't got short, black, curly hair. First of all. Second of all, not both my legs are permanently damaged. Okay? I don't know. That may or may not be true. I really don't know. Third of all, I'm not 5'4". So I was like, I don't know if it's me, but it could be me. I don't know. Okay. So I tried to comment on this post I found. It went to social media. I found the post on my local community's webpage or whatever it is on Facebook, and I tried to comment on there. I couldn't comment. And I'm like, well, crap. What am I supposed to do now? So I found out who the original poster was, and I PM'd her and I said, here's a picture of me. You could send it to whomever needs to see it. I don't know. This has never happened to me before. And sorry, I couldn't see the little timer thingy on the bottom. What's the matter, buddy? Come here. Come here. You're not gonna be left out. I will never leave you out. You're so tired. Are you tired? Yeah. And she was explaining to me that some guy was trying to look for me, been looking for me for years, would not tell me his name or anything like that. And you know, and that he wrote a song about a girl that may or may not deal with my description. So, it's like, okay, cool, keep me updated, I'm just trying to be casual, cordial, not trying to, almost like, okay, I will admit that I was a little bit excited. I was like, oh my gosh, what, but I was also kind of freaked out because I was like, who would be looking for me? First of all. Second of all, why would they even write a song about me? Okay, that's just weird on my part. But this is how God works. He came on campus. His wife is a teacher or an instructor, professor, whatever you may want to call them, college people. Okay. Oh, if my English instructor sees us, she's gonna be mad. She'll be like, you were not paying attention. But anyways, so I get the message back that this guy said it was me that he was looking for. And so I'm like, okay. Like, is there a way he can contact you, like through email, phone number? I know. You're not supposed to give you're not supposed to give strangers your personal information, whatever. I was like, okay, here's my number. Not knowing who this person is. I do not recommend this to do anything. Do not do any of this to anyone at all that you don't know who it is. So he calls me up. And of course, guess who answers? I do. Okay? Do not do this, kids. I'm dead serious. If any kid is watching this video right now, do not give any stranger any personal information. I took a huge risk. I took a huge chance. I do not recommend this to anybody. I do not personally normally give out my personal information to strangers. Okay? But something in my heart was like, it's okay to trust these people. So this guy calls me up and we're talking. He's like, I wrote a song about you. I was like, yeah, did? He's like, yeah, I am so-and-so's husband. You remember? I was like, oh yeah, she was my like reading instructor, English instructor, something like that. She was one of my instructors. And he's like, yeah, something like that. And he's like, yeah, so there's this show coming out called Roswell in New Mexico. I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't know what that show is. Never seen it in my life. Never watched it. And he said, yeah, so I've been looking for you for years. I'm like, that's cool. And he's like, so he's telling me the story about how he was on campus one day. I didn't see him, but he saw me. And this is why we need to allow our light shine. And why we need to accept the things we cannot change, and we need to just shine our brightest. So he saw me on campus walking from one building to the next with crutches, of course. And he was observing, and he noticed a bunch of people around me was complaining about who knows what, their life, amounts of homework. Maybe they didn't get their work done or something, I don't know. Or maybe they were late for class or something, I don't know. But he knows that they were all complaining, and here I am hobbling on my crutches, smiling away. And I'm like, yeah, nobody could last in my life for 24 hours. Nobody can be in me for 24 hours. No one. God creates us differently, just the way we are for a reason. And ain't nobody, let me tell you guys something, nobody can be in your shoes for more than 24 hours. Not even 24 hours. Nobody. Okay? Let me get this through your thick skulls of yours. Nobody can go through what you've gone through. Nobody. Whether you have MS, whether you've had a stroke, whether you have a speech impediment, nobody will understand what you've gone through because they didn't have to go through it. God chose you to go through the storms and the struggles and all of that crap for a reason. Because God knew that you will be able to handle it. God knew I would be able to handle cerebral palsy. God knew I would be able to handle physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. God knew I would be able to handle every single 22 surgeries of my life. God knew. Did God choose somebody else to go through what I went through? No, He chose me. Ain't nobody gonna be able to handle what I had to go through. Ain't nobody. Y'all, all my subscribers, anybody that's watching this video right now, would be complaining and whining and crying and stuff like that. Me, yeah, I complain and I cry and all that. I'm in a lot of pain 24/7. But I try to make it for myself. I try to do what I can to have a normal life. And for that, I thank my parents. So, back to the story. So he's like, I told him that, yeah, nobody can go be in my shoes for more than 24 hours. Not even 24 hours. Within like 2 seconds, they'd be complaining how much pain they're in, etc. and so forth. And he's like, well, yeah, that's exactly